Alright, so I think one of my most stubborn traits is that I can do anything through stubbornness and YouTube tutorials. So I bought this cast iron tub off of Facebook Marketplace for I think $100, and I'm gonna attempt to restore it. I just got back from Home Depot, got all the things that YouTube suggests, and this is going to be quite a project I'm undertaking, but I think it's going to be worth it, and hope that you enjoy seeing me do it. So let's go. Here is the beginning project of the tub. As you can see, it's got a lot of work that needs to be done. Here's some closer up pictures of what's going on. Here's the other side that obviously wasn't always exposed. Here's the inside, which is rough. As you can see, it's very rough around the drain. Now next I have to remove this. Already got one unscrewed. Working on the other one, but remove this first and we'll see how it goes. And in this clip, I am getting ready to pressure wash off as much of that rust and grossness as I possibly can. Trying to get it all clean, which took way longer than I was anticipating. So you can see the old paint is chipping off in some places here, but not all of it. So I just kept pursuing what I could do, kept doing what I could with all of the pressure washer, just trying to really rough it up so the paint that I have, or the enamel rather, really sticks well. Alright, so I went ahead and pressure washed what little paint and dirt I could get off this bad boy, but I think it's gonna need some elbow grease. So we're gonna go in with that and see what we can do. Let's go. So here I'm just scrubbing it with some Comet, trying to get as much of that paint removed as possible. And then I decided to do the same to the inside of the tub. Really just trying to remove any debris, anything that's stuck on there, which took way longer than I anticipated. But as you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I kept going over it and over it and over it, over and over and over again. And here I am doing it a second time. I just was kind of like, how clean can I get this? Let's just see if we can do the best we can as far as getting this done. Alright, so for this next part, I actually can thank one of my old jobs. When I was an auto detailer, we used razor blades to remove like paint and things stuck on windows. Not like car paint, but like paint on the windows and stuff. Little razor blade is really good for that. So what I'm gonna do is go around, because there's obviously like paint splattered in here from the construction and removal of it. So I'm just going to use this and try and remove all those little paints so we have a nice clean finish. And here I'm just using my razor blade to remove any of the paint spray that was on the tub from the prior home it was living in. Nice little handy trick. Also, it occurred to me that this is a really old tub, and chances are there might be some lead paint. So N95, COVID-19 actually had a reason to keep these. Hopefully we don't have another world pandemic, but we'll see. But for now, we'll use it to restore this tub. Here I am just doing another once over sanding, making sure I didn't miss anything. Here I am removing the feet because those bad boys needed a good cleaning in their own. Scrubbed the bottom of the tub, did the pressure washer again. Andy helped me tip over it so I could get the drain off, and then we tipped it back over, did some more pressure washed them feet, and then I continued to kind of just scrape away anything that I could possibly do. And of course I had to do some sanding, because who doesn't love sanding? And here's the progress I have made so far. Okay, so here we are again, evening number 2. Yesterday, Sunday, I got a lot done. but still needs some sanding. I've kind of come to the conclusion that there's no way I'm going to get this second layer of paint off. I probably could, but I'm just going to sand it down real smooth and paint it. And then, you know, eventually do the inside. So let's go ahead and get to sanding. And of course, I had to do some more sanding, which you know is my favorite. Ah, yes, shards. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same clothes, it's because this is my paint shirt. Was it my paint shirt? No, but it got paint on it, so now it's my paint shirt. Same with these leggings. Covered in dirt. Love these leggings, but now they just got a better purpose, you know? So anyway, just got done sanding. I went ahead and like built all this. This is all nice and smooth. There are some rough spots that are just like the cast iron mold, so I'm not going to get rid of those. But luckily, the back of this tub was the front of the tub, so this side that has all the paint on it was actually the front of the tub at the last place. This side over here that I have mostly bare is going to be the front side in my house. So I think the paint's going to stick, or the enamel is rather going to stick really nice to this. So I'm going to give it a good pressure washer spray down and then let it dry and hopefully slap some paint on this bad boy. Here we go. And here I pressure wash any dirt off and blow it off with my leaf blower. So the next fun part is gonna, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use the grinder and grind down the hole, the drain hole. Why can't I think of words? It's just like a little bit of a divot in there, so I'm gonna try and smooth that out with a grinder. It's been a few years since I have fiddled with a grinder, so let's see how this goes. I don't know if you can tell, but there's just a little bit here that needs smoothed out. Those of you that don't know, I took welding in high school, so I do know how to use one of these. I also use this at the auto detail shop that I was telling you about earlier. Definitely my least favorite tool. There's lots of sparks and a lot of chance to get hurt. So let's make sure we use the right precautions. I don't have safety glasses handy right now, so I'm going to use sunglasses and a mask. So let's give it a go. And in this clip, I'm just kind of trying to smooth down that little gap I showed you before. Here, I've got it nice and smoothed out, ready to go and be finished with the faucet and drain tub holder. So I went ahead and just like leaf blowed it all off, get the dirt off from all that grinding. My hands are still covered, so I'm gonna wash those. And then I guess I'm gonna slap the enamel paint on this, which honestly I'm a little scared to do. Just because that's the part that's gotta look nice. But we'll see how it goes. And here's the moment of truth where I put the enamel on. Man, she's looking so good. Looks like she's come such a far way from where we began. I'm really getting excited at this point. Look at that beautiful, beautiful tub. So here we are, day 3. Got the first coat done. I did have a couple gnats commit suicide and stick themselves to the enamel, so that's unfortunate. But I'm just gonna kind of smooth those out and then put the second coat on and then eventually get the feet done, which I'm still debating if I want to do those black or white, and then flip this bad boy over and finish the other side. So let's give it a go, huh? And here's layer 2 of that enamel paint, and man, this just made it look so good. Don't you just want to soak in that tub? Man, I'm good. I love it. Happy Saturday. So I woke up fairly early today and look like he's just digging into this plant. Frank, what are you doing? Frank. What you doing? Literally elephant ear bulbs in there that I haven't cleaned up, so I don't know what he's getting at. But anyway,
Today I am going to spray paint the feet of the tub. I gotta do some cleaning up on the feet first and then spray them, see how they look, and then decide if I want to keep them that color. So I got black, we're gonna go with black. And if we don't like it, we can switch it up, you know? So here we go. One thing about Frankie is he always wants to be a part of everything, and I love him for that. So I gave him a nice little cushion this morning. Since Andy's not out here, figured he could use his chair cushion. Frank, are you excited for this tub? That means you get baths. He doesn't seem very excited. I can't honestly blame him. He doesn't really care for baths. Even the word bath, you can tell he's like, what? I love you, buddy.
And here I'm just sanding the feet down the best that I can. I decided to pressure wash them off, get them as clean as I possibly could, dried those bad boys off because I'm too impatient to wait, and I got them layered up in this box, sprayed them with black enamel paint.
Alright, so I got the first layer of black paint on there. I'm going to let those dry really good because if the auto detail taught me anything, it's small layers and then keep going over it. You don't have all the drips. Yep. So we'll let these dry for a little while and then we'll come back and see how they're doing.
And here I'm just spraying the insides of them the best I can. They dried, I flipped them over and started to paint the insides of them. And here I'm painting the bolts that held them on.
Alright, so I got the feet painted and little bolts, and now we're gonna attach it to the tub. And then we'll be able to flip it and eventually start on the inside. Not sure if I'm gonna do that today just because it's starting to already get pretty warm, but we'll see. Alright, here we go.
And here I'm just attaching the feet. Wow, look how good they look. I just love it.
Alright, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but damn, don't she look good?
And Andy helped me flip it back over.
Hey, so it is officially after work, which means it's time that I can work on this tub. Man, I really want to take a bath. Long way from, take a bath in this thing, but really looking forward to it. Thanks for being on this journey, watching me, amateur my way through this. It means a lot, dudes. So, thanks for your support. Let's go ahead and start working on the inside, shall we? Alright, let's do it. After a quick little nap. I'm just joking. Let's go. Alright, so step one on the inside is I gotta do some more sanding, more scraping with my razor blade, get all the sprayed paint from the construction where this house was taken out of there. And then there's like these little dents. There's a couple little dents. I'll give you guys a close-up look if you want. But I'm gonna try and fill those in. I got a little repair kit. And then once that's done, I should be able to paint it. Will we get that far? I don't know. We'll get that far eventually, but today, I don't know. It's warm. It's Monday. We'll see how much motivation I got. Let's do it.
And here I am sanding the inside of the tub, really getting some elbow grease into it. Decided to wash it out again. You guys know how this goes with me. Look at my butt, it's so dirty. And I dried it off because I'm too impatient for the sun to dry it. And blew it out again, sprayed it again because, it's never enough. Alright, y'all, I got the inside sanded and free of like any of that spray paint I was talking about. We're gonna take a look. This looks pretty good. But
But now I'm gonna repair these little dents. So see that little dent there, and got another one over here, and I think there's one on the other side too. So and there's one in the bottom of the tub. It's right there. It's really tiny. I know I'm extra, but if you're gonna do it right. It's my philosophy. And if I can't do it right, then I'm probably not gonna do it at all. Learning that about myself. Anyway, this isn't a therapy session. This is when we're making a freaking tub work awesome. Anyway, so I got this little kit. It's supposed to repair chips and stuff. You're supposed to layer it on little by little, and you're supposed to wait 10 minutes in between coats. So this is gonna take a little while. Not sure if I'll record all the coats, to be honest, but yeah, we're getting there. So let's go.
Here I am just filling in the little gaps.
All right, Pam. I don't know what day it is. It's been a while since I worked on the tub here. The outside is completely finished. As you can see, the inside has gotten a little bit dirty because weather. Also, there was like a million dead stink bugs. Probably can see some of them in there. So I'm gonna clean it out, scrub it real good, do a little bit of sanding. Then we're gonna coat the inside, which has been the most intimidating part of this project. Mostly because I feel like it's the part that really needs to look good. But my procrastination has taken over, and we're wanting to demo the bathroom that this is actually going to go into, but I feel like I need to finish this because the coat that I'm going to use takes about 3 days to completely settle. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
And here I'm just prepping the inside, getting it nice and clean so we can get it going.
All right, so I cleaned it out pretty good. Those tea leaves stained a little bit, but it's okay, we're gonna cover it up. I just went around with my appliance touch-up Rust-Oleum. So basically there's like these little divots, which I think I showed you guys earlier. Just trip over everything in the meantime, but I'm filling those holes, and then I'm sanding them smooth, and then we're gonna cover it up with the full base. I've probably applied like 15-ish coats, 15-ish coats, and finally feel like a lot of those divots are getting filled in. Gonna let this one set for 10-ish minutes before I sand it and probably blow it out, wipe it clean, and then I guess we're gonna take the big step and coat this motherfucker. Ooh, probably shouldn't have said that. Then we're gonna coat this. I'll probably end up cutting that out. So anyway, I went around and got the holes. I'm just gonna redo this part. All right, so we're gonna use this tub and tile refinishing kit. Had all right reviews. Gosh, I can't speak today. All right, so clean with an abrasive cleaner. Make sure you use a room fan. We're outside, so we don't have to do that. Paint application. So we're gonna need a wooden stick, roller, goggles, latex gloves, and how do we do this? How do we do this? Okay. Huh. Oh good, there's more instructions. Remove metal drains, brush and sand away peeling paint. Remove all caulk, wipe clean, prepare surface with adhesive pad, rinse and repeat if necessary, sand, rinse away residue, allow surface to dry. part A and part B mixed together. Apply paint using brush or roller. To ensure smooth finish, be sure to prep the roller by removing loose fibers. This can be done by wrapping the roller in paint tape, removing the tape to pull off excess materials. Allow to dry at least 1 hour before applying a second coat. Allow to dry 3 days before exposing to water. Okay, here we go. Part A. Part B.
And here I'm shaking.
All right, so it says to prep your roller with some tape. So I guess we just wrap this baby around. I don't know if this is the right way, but this is the way we're gonna do it.
And of course I decided to do just a little bit more sanding, a little bit more cleaning.
You know, since I've started like recording some of my projects, I'm like starting to observe my process. And my perfectionism is setting in pretty hard. I'm like, oh, did I read the instructions? Did I sand it right? Did I clean it right? Did I do all these things? And so I'm like here cleaning, sanding, cleaning, sanding, cleaning, sanding, cleaning, sanding. Yeah, and that's where I get stuck. It's like, oh, I'll just make it perfect, I'll make it perfect. But in reality, then it just sits in the garage for, I don't know, a month and a half before I touch it again. Dies with this Scorpio season, y'all. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna power through. Okay, so one of the spots wasn't completely dry. So we're gonna wait a little bit to let that one dry a little bit more. And then we'll sweep her out. I already got a freaking stink bug in there. Do you see him? They love this thing. Dude, what are you doing in here? You don't want to become a part of the tub. No, trust me, it's not gonna be a good idea. All right. Everybody's excited for the tub around here, including this girl.
And here I am putting that tub and tile coat on. I ended up doing 2 coats, but it just is turning out so lovely. Really happy with how it turned out. And just as a reminder, this is where we started with this tub, and as you can see, it did a lot of difference. And here is where we ended up. I'm just so excited to sit my butt in that tub. It's gonna be glorious.
Y'all, thanks for watching my video. I just wanted to shout out a big thank you for anyone who's watched this. I also wanted to do a disclaimer that I don't know what I'm doing a lot of the times when I do these projects. I just kind of keep going and hope that I can figure out along the way. And I hope that this can inspire you to take the first step on a project that you have no idea what you're doing too, because life's too short not to figure stuff out. So stay tuned for the rest of the renovation. I'm really excited to get my butt in this tub.